I'm Candy, and welcome back to Candy's Locker Room. Dallas Cowboys fans and Dallas Cowboys have been having a great week. Let's get into this Dallas Cowboys and Bengals game recap so you can hear just why our week is going so well. Cowboys have possession of the ball first, starting off with a couple of first downs by Zeke, Pollard, CeeDee Lamb, Noah Brown, eventually leading to a touchdown by Noah Brown, bringing the score to 7-0. Before the Bengals could answer that, of course the Lion had to make his presence known in this game. None other than Micah Parsons sacking Joe Burrow. Then the Bengals answered our 7 points with a field goal of 3, bringing the score to 7-3. This next Cowboys possession was chef's kiss, just beautiful. First down by Noah Brown. This beautiful pass to CeeDee Lamb that was just barely missed. Then a 47-yard run that was actually counted as a pass by Pollard, just short of the goal line. Well, Pollard runs it in for another Dallas Cowboys touchdown, bringing the score to 14-3. Then it's the Bengals ball again, and then Joe Burrow is sacked again by none other than, not Parsons this time, it's Armstrong. If you watched my last video, you'd have known that was going to happen because I said it was going to happen. Then, the Bengals, that was not a good possession for them, so it's Cowboys ball again going into the second quarter. Not much to note there in the game in the second quarter except for a couple of flags on the Cowboys and the Bengals. One beautiful thing to note is a second sack of the day by Armstrong, and then we finished off slightly strong before the half with a 54-yard field goal, bringing the score to 17-3. At the half, the Bengals went into the locker room, obviously had some little chit chat or steroids, and decided to come back out and play ball with the Cowboys. They had the first possession after the half. Parsons got another sack, his second of the game, his fourth of the season, leading the league. But after that, yes, the Bengals answered with a field goal, bringing the score to 6-17. Then it's Cowboys ball. And we did no good in this drive, no damage at all. It's Bengals ball, and before they answer to a couple of the points we scored in the first half, we had to get one more sack in, right? Van Der Esch, we hadn't heard of that in a while, and that was beautiful to see him coming in and contributing as well. He got a sack. Bengals weren't too happy about that. They decided, okay, we'll go ahead and kick the field goal and add another couple of points to the board, bringing the score to 9-17. The rest of the third quarter is plagued by flags for the Bengals, and we go into the fourth quarter, still Cowboys leading 17-9. Going into the fourth quarter, the Bengals had the ball, no good on their first drive. Cowboys, no good on their drive. Then here comes the Bengals again with this long 8.5-minute drive. Let's hope it did them some good. So, Bengals has the ball, and despite Wilson did a very good job in this game. I mean, he was all over the field. Jamar Chase, we all saw what he said about Diggs. Diggs was just a half an inch behind him every time, very close to knocking the ball loose from him and swatting the ball or possibly getting an interception. He didn't get any in this game, but here's what did happen. The Bengals kept inching closer and closer and closer to our end zone, and eventually, their end zone, and eventually they score, bringing the score to 15-17. And we're like, okay, it's the end of the game. There's no way that they're gonna get close. Wrong. They do the 2-point conversion attempt, and it is good. The score is tied 17-17. Oh my God, what are we going to do? Here's what happened. Relax. There was 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game. Cowboys ball, no good drive. Bengals ball, right when we needed it. Diggs stepped up and not made an interception, but something that we desperately needed at this point in the game. So it's Cowboys ball again. Beautiful first down by Noah Brown. Huge first down by CeeDee Lamb. And with 3 seconds left, we are in field goal range. A 50-yard kick, 50-yard field goal attempt, and it's good for a Dallas Cowboys win and upset over the defending Super Bowl contenders, the Bengals. The Cowboys win 17-20. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we're having a great week, pretty much. That is why we've had the bragging rights. I know if you've been seeing me, or hopefully you've been seeing me post on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all these little funny things. It's because I'm having a good week. We won, my Cowboys won. What more could I have asked for? Nobody expected this from the Cowboys. No one expected it from Cooper Rush. It seemed that his teammates had faith in him all along, and so did the coaches, obviously. And now we see it was for good reason. Cooper Rush had a great game. Pollard had a standout game. Noah Brown. I really think that things turned around for the Cowboys this game. With that being said, you know that we can't get through Candy's locker room without my hot shot of the week. So welcome to Candy's hot shot of the week. Much like last week, my hot shot of the week is Micah Parsons. Last week he showed up silky smooth. This week he showed up on his suit and tie. Micah Parsons graced AT&T Stadium with his presence in black and white plaid suit by Soto & Co. What finished this look for me was the slightly unbuttoned black shirt underneath and the Chelsea boots. It just made this look come together. It looked really neat, and we could tell he meant business. Obviously, he got 2 more sacks this game, so he dresses the part, he plays the part. Micah Parsons is my hot shot of the week. Now, leading into another exciting, kind of maybe not so exciting for some people. I don't condone violence, but I do have my flag on the play segment. So let's get into Candy's flag on the play. My flag on the play this week is some boiling hot beef that has just been stirring and stirring in the pot for a couple of years now. Mike Evans and messy Marshawn Lattimore. In Sunday's game, Tampa Bay Buccaneers faced off against the Saints in New Orleans, and this is what happened, guys. So if you watch Marshawn Lattimore play, he can be a bit of a pest. He, in this particular game, was not getting the flags thrown against him, but he was holding, tying the receivers up. But a couple of times the refs missed the holding calls because he'd hurried up and hide his hand, and he was doing good on the cool. Well, Brady didn't like that. Brady was trying to get a flag thrown, and Marshawn Lattimore, Brady exchanged words. Lattimore turns towards Brady. Brady turns back towards Lattimore. As Lattimore is headed to Brady, Fournette comes up and pushes Lattimore away. Lattimore turns to push Brady. Mike comes off of the sideline and just flicks Lattimore to the ground, and then Six comes up and it's much of the same thing. Mike kind of just flings him out of the way, and a brawl ensues on the field. There's this huge fight going on, and then when it's all said and done, the decision was made that Mike and Lattimore would be ejected from the game, and Mike possibly won't be playing in Tampa against the Green Bay because he's been suspended for 1 game, but it's expected that he's going to appeal that. Now, my feeling is that he's the protector. He's protecting his quarterback. The history between Lattimore and Mike is that Jameis Winston used to play on the Saints. Jameis Winston plays on the Saints now. He used to play for the Buccaneers. Mike was on the team. Jameis and Lattimore were going at it on the sideline. Mike came and flung Lattimore to the ground, then protecting his quarterback. Also, they had another kind of handsy fight on the field. So this has been a long, hot, brewing thing between the two, and it seems to have really come to a head this game. So I posted a couple of things on TikTok and Instagram, and for the most part, people agreed that you protect your quarterback. And I don't condone violence. I did see, and I've watched Lattimore play. I watched him play in the previous game for the Buccaneers, and he is a bit of a pest on the field. He kind of does things. Even the fans say, "Oh, he's on the sideline talking to the coaches. He's messing with the players on the sideline." If you're there to play football, play football. I understand that there's a level of aggression in the game, but you don't have to be pesky and petty and pick at people's nerves during the game, because at some point it's going to come to a head and you're going to get flipped to the ground. So, and I don't know a team where the players don't defend their quarterback. Our players on the Cowboys have defended their quarterbacks. So, defend your quarterbacks safely. And Lattimore, stop being a pest on the field. Stop sneaking. I know that's kind of sort of in the game, but stop doing that to people and thinking that there isn't going to be some sort of consequence. You can't mess with everyone's head and expect everyone to just ignore it. You can't keep holding players and expecting them not to get frustrated in the middle of a heated, high intensity game. That's just what it is. Quickly, let's get into the check down, which is a little bit of Cowboys news / word on the street / actual news. This time we have Dennis Houston has been released by the Dallas Cowboys. He was allegedly Dak Prescott's favorite wide receiver, but word on the street is that he had a ways to go to fully reach the standards that were set before him. So while I'm sure Dak was sad to see him go, we have a great wide receiver group that I think is still growing and has a lot of potential. So I say we work with what we have, unless we're going to bring Amari Cooper back. And that's what I have to say about that. Now it's time for Q&A with Candy. All right, so I took to Instagram, and here's what a couple of fellow Cowboys fans, or not, had to ask or say. The first one is Cam.Davis. His question was, what is your Cowboy record while Dak is out, assuming he returns week 8? Well, according to Jerry Jones, he is going to be back as soon as week 4, possibly. But assuming that Dak is going to be out until week 8, I say, here's how it goes. This week we have the Giants. People think that it's going to be tough because Barkley's back and yada yada. I think that we have a shot to win, especially if we played how we played on Sunday. The Commanders, Cowboys is going to win. And I know everyone's like, you're so optimistic. If you're a true fan of your team, you're supposed to be optimistic. I'll add a touch of realism in there, but no one was optimistic about the Bengals game on Sunday, and look what happened. We pulled it off, and not just barely. Yes, maybe at the end, but the Cowboys held their own in the game against the Bengals. Rams, now, I'm going to be honest, that is going to be a bit of a tough one, but I want the Cowboys to come out on top. Really, that is the only one that concerns me, and the game against the Eagles. Next we have the Lions, and the Bears is, let's see, I think that's week 8, and that's when Dak, you said if Dak returned. So with Dak gone, let's say, hopefully we can win all of those games, but the ones we'll have trouble with the most, I think, would be the Rams and the Eagles. So thank you, Cam, for that question. Our next statement is from alive_with_Amber. Hey, Amber. She says, how about those Cowboys? I love Amber. She's so sweet, so supportive, and she also loves the Cowboys. And how about those Cowboys? Almost everyone counted us out for Sunday's game against the Bengals. Not even just because the Bengals went to the Super Bowl last season, but because people love to hate the Cowboys. And once they saw that we were down and out a little bit, Dak was injured, oh, y'all are out. Y'all are done for the season. Now what? How about those Cowboys? So that's what I have to say about that. Next week, our Dallas Cowboys will be traveling to New York to take on the New York Giants. And I can't wait to see us get that W there too. I know Dak won't be back yet, but if we play how we played on Sunday, Cooper Rush looked really good. I expected that he was going to come out and do a little something, but I understand a bit more of his gameplay now watching Sunday's game, and I think that he's definitely capable of leading the team to a victory over the Giants. Our defense looked better. Our offense looked much better, much more constructed, much more put together, and like they had a flow of things going between CeeDee Lamb and Noah Brown. CeeDee did better this game as well. Pollard and Zeke have a nice balance there as well. So, the triple threat that I mentioned, the beautiful trio, Armstrong, Lawrence, I'd like to see him step it up this game too and really show us what Tank is all about. Lawrence, Micah Parsons, Van Der Esch stepped up this game as well. And Armstrong, oh my goodness. If all of those players did what they did this week and at a more extreme level against the Giants, and the Cowboys definitely will be unbeatable during that game. So I'm looking forward to another Cowboys W. With that being said, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Candy's Locker Room. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, at Candy's Locker Room. If you have any questions, comments, leave them below or on one of my social feeds, and hopefully I'll get back to you.